Spring has come to Hrothgar. Insects, which have spent the past few frozen winter months in a state of low metabolic activity, are finally waking up and searching for the first few flowers from which to nourish themselves with nectar. Torchbugs, too, are looking for leaves on which to lay their eggs. But these insects are being watched. Other creatures, such as this hawk, have also spent the winter laying in their nests with not much to eat. But this hawk has her eyes on bigger prey. A squirrel, who has exhausted his winter's store of nuts and seeds, searches for things to eat in the undergrowth. The hawk takes this moment to strike. The squirrel, immediately aware and suspicious of the danger, flees for cover in the undergrowth. A lucky escape. A male Eschater. These large, six-legged mammals may look part rodent and part deer, but they are in fact their own distinct species, and one of the largest animals in Hrothgar. The front two limbs are in fact nothing more than bony protrusions that are used both for fighting and for digging, as Escharters subsist through the harsh winter months on the roots of trees that they dig out. But pickings have been slim this winter, and the male is lucky to have lived at all. This elk was not so lucky. Having died of starvation a couple of months prior, it has only recently been exposed as the snows melted away. An almost completely fresh feast for a hungry scavenger like this Durzog. Although Durzogs move and look very similar to wolves, they are in fact a much closer relative of the crocodiles of Murkmire. This one has caught the scent of the deer carcass and is investigating. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner are served. Although they are primarily scavengers, Durzog are not above hunting if they think the prey is weaker. A baby mammoth. Its mother will not be far away, but they will keep their distance and allow their young to wander freely and explore their environment, as this one is doing. But he is unaware of the danger just behind. Freshly woken from hibernation, a hungry polar bear is looking for its first meal of the spring, and the baby mammoth looks like the perfect breakfast. The mother, though, is watching from the shade of a nearby cliff, and if she feels like her young is threatened, she will not hesitate to charge the polar bear down. This is an encounter the polar bear could not win, and he knows it. Dejected, he flees the scene. Confident that her baby is safe, the mother goes back to rooting around for food. The polar bear will go hungry today. The baby, meanwhile, is blissfully unaware of the danger that was right behind it, or of the heroics of its mother. Summer has arrived in Hrothgar, and the heavily pregnant female Eschaters begin banding together. The females during summer will travel in herds, so that they may protect all of their young, and female Escharters, unlike deer, do not give birth to a single young, but to several. So the mutual protection they can offer each other is of benefit to all of them. Because life in Hrothgar is harsh, and not every infant is going to make it through the coming winter. The mother sits under a nearby tree and watches as several of the young wander around, exploring their home. It is during these short, warm months at the start of their lives that they learn how to use their front legs as digging tools to catch juicy worms. For eschaters are omnivorous and will eat insects and plants alike. The young won't stray too far from their mother, always making sure to stay close enough, and she remains ever vigilant for unwanted male attention and also for approaching predators. A fully grown Asharter is more than a match for almost any animal in Hrothgar, barring perhaps the mammoth. But the babies are vulnerable and easy prey for Durzog and polar bears. Fortunately, Mother is close at hand. The mammoth is another of Hrothgar's creatures that does not hibernate when winter comes, and uses the short summer to fill itself and all of its fat stores from juicy blades of grass which it consumes voraciously. Flowers too, if it can get its trunk on them. Delicious. As soon as it began, the summer is over, and autumn is here. At this time of year, the hawkers return to land, for soon they will be entering their mating season. And they do this on land. Asharters too enter their mating season during the fall. Here one male, who was too close to the females for the other male's comfort, engage in a battle for the right to mate with the sexiest females. The urge to mate in male Asharters is overwhelmingly strong, and they will fight viciously. The bony, shield-like antlers of an Asharter make perfect battering rams, and the fight is long and brutal, but eventually a winner will be declared, and the loser will not have the opportunity to mate and pass on his genes. And it is this instinctive necessity that drives the violence of these encounters. Elk, aware of the change in season, will now graze almost constantly. The fat stores that they build up now will be the difference between life or death when the snows of winter come and the grass is inaccessible. While the elk populations in other regions of Tamriel may migrate south during the winter, Hrothgarian elk are made of sturdier stuff. Winter now, and the hawker begins building a nest and making an offering of dead mud crabs in the hopes of attracting a female. The mother Asharter has only one baby or eschelet left. Winter in Hrothgar is harsh and unforgiving, so only the strongest echelets will survive. A hawker, thinking twice about getting too close, makes a hasty retreat, while the echelet scrabbles for anything it can find to eat. Hawkers spend the summer months far out to sea chasing fish. Though they are slow and sluggish on land, they are fast predators in the sea. Our male Asharter rests on a rock. He is within the line of sight of the mother and the echelet, but he knows better than to get too close. He is hungry, and pickings are slim. One animal who does thrive during the winter, though, the chobloon. Fish are always plentiful and easy to catch, so these creatures eat well every winter. This hawker has successfully attracted a female to his nest. She lies on her back to show her receptiveness and willingness to mate. perhaps right now is not the best time, for approaching is another hungry animal. The polar bear will still hunt during the first few weeks of winter, but soon he will hibernate. But he must make sure he has eaten enough first. The hawkers, though, could get to the water faster than the polar bear could get to them, and the polar bear knows it. So he doesn't even waste his time attempting to chase them. The hawkers are almost mocking him. Elk may make for easier prey. When winter comes, grass is scarce. They will eat what they can, and they will burn through the fat stores in their bodies, but very often a different fate awaits them. Weakened from their lack of food, they become extremely easy targets, even for a slow-moving, lumbering beast like the polar bear. Fortunately, for our polar bear and his mate, they now have the food they need. And when the time comes to begin hibernating, they will have the energy stores they need to make it to next spring. This is especially important for the female, as she is pregnant, and if she survives, will give birth next spring. For the echelet, an uncertain future. Winter in Hrothgar is harsh, and the fate of many Asharters is all too plain to see the following spring.